Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 371 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
Skibbity doing.
Fantastic. If this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week or other week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, everyone in betwixt. Also, if you listen on audio services, that's cool too. Just give us a thumbs up, 5-star review, or whatever your service allows.
Derek, are you saying you're in chat?
Yeah, it's not showing up. Something's going on with this.
It's all skibbity.
There he is. Live chat.
Live chat. That'll do it every time.
If you really like us, you didn't miss anything yet, Derek. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where we got a lot of different benefits for you people, but the most popular tier is the $5 tier, where you get a bonus episode every month, which we're about to record after this.
After this?
Some pizza just came out of my tooth. It didn't come out of my tooth. It came out from between my teeth.
Betwixt.
You can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, as we're doing right now. And if you miss that, you get the episode live one day early on YouTube before it goes live for everyone. I am off right now. I don't know. The words aren't flowing together.
It's all skibbity.
Is it, though? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Some of our patrons deserve a shout out, just like the man with the bar named after him, our patron saint, Mr. John Tingley, as well as our affiliates, Derek Bamford, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube, and Mom. Also our producers, Steve Appleton and Dustin Downs. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2player co-op. Sean, do we want to do a fantasy football update?
I don't know. I mean, right quick.
I've basically been eliminated from the playoffs.
I think so.
Now, I don't think I'll have an X by my name tomorrow, because I'm sure there's some world where if I go 6-8, if I win my last 2 games, although I said last week I need to win my last 3 games. And the week before that, I was like, maybe I can win my last 4 games.
Maybe you'll win 1 game.
Maybe I'll win a game. I just lost to the dude with the worst record in the league.
I had to
Even
look.
though I've got the 3rd most points right now.
I had to look and make sure that I don't play you next week, and I don't. Because that could have ruined Thanksgiving. I play Thomas next week.
What do I care?
I care. I have a playoff.
Why would you have ruined Thanksgiving?
If you and I were playing each other. That's just bad juju.
My season's over.
Which would make me even more upset if you beat me.
Maybe I'll take a dive in the last week of the season.
God.
But I was very nervous because before Sunday Night Football, I was not looking too hot in our guillotine league, and I thought my head was going to get chopped off. However, 'twas not.
To be.
Because Saquon Barkley happened. And he got me 55 points, which would have almost been enough by himself to not put me in last. I ended up from flirting with last to being in first. I survived my week without Josh Allen. Now I'm in it to win it. I think I have a chance. But it all depends. I mean, it all depends on who knows.
You just need to scoop up as many people as you can. Like, I feel like your lineup is pretty well set.
I just need other people
to But all it
to
takes
not
is
get
one
better.
little bit. Yeah, because the second place or the final 2,
It's going to be like 175 to 150.
Even if you've got
Josh and Saquon.
That's his name. I kept thinking Allen. I kept wanting to say Adams.
Even if you've got Adam Allen.
Even if you have Allen and Saquon, but he's got Lamar and Henry and Jefferson. And I mean, the last week is going to be interesting. Okay. Touchdown. I'm hanging on. I had another bad week. I have no business winning, but I've got a chance. I'm up like 23.
I have business winning and I lose. You have no business winning, you win.
I scored 150 points last week with the same lineup as this week, and this week I've got like 70.
Wait, that just reminded me. Lasagna has Saquon, and he might lose to Terry. That's how bad the rest of his team was.
I saw that, yeah. I'm up like 23 or so, and the guy I'm against has Ladidi, McConkey, and the Ravens defense.
King DDD?
So Chargers just got a touchdown, and it wasn't McConkey.
Is
so
McConkey even
that's
playing?
Good. He is. He caught the first pass for 17 yards. So I've got a chance. If I win this game, I don't think it's official, but I think I pretty much win the division. I'll be up 2 with 2 to play. I would have to lose out, and he'd have to win out, I think.
Mike.
Which could very well happen.
Mike.
I just want to win the playoffs because then I feel like I'm playing with house money.
You want to win the playoffs.
I want to make the playoffs
Yeah.
is what I said. No, I don't even want that. I want to win my division. I don't want to just make the playoffs. I
Wait,
want to win my
who's the
division.
defending champ? Mike?
Mike.
Yeah. Mike?
Mike?
This
This is a rematch of the Super Bowl last year.
Who are you facing now?
Mike.
Oh.
Mike. Oh, gosh.
So yeah, that's our fantasy football update. One other thing, I just had to.
Did you do the thing with the Steam Deck?
Yeah,
Oh, you did? I can't wait.
you're not going to be able to notice it.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Then I can wait.
I got my 30th anniversary DualSense, and it is beautiful. Sean. Also, well, that's why I ordered 2.
Oh, so this is for me?
Look at the packaging is beautiful, I must say. Look at that. I love it. I miss
That is nice.
I miss this. What am I trying to
Art
say?
style.
Fine. Why is my chair going down? I'm already short enough. Why is it there? Okay, that's better. I miss that original PlayStation font.
Yeah.
So now I've got 2 Astrobots and 2 PS1 DualSenses.
How many DualSenses have you owned? Like 7, 8? I see blue. There's the one over there that's torn apart. Yeah,
I had
those 2 Astrobots.
Okay, hold on. The white that came with it.
The extra white that you bought.
The white that I bought.
Blue. Red.
Red was Noah's.
Oh, okay.
Black. Astro. PS1. I think 8 for me. My friggin' kids. As I say that, it's so annoying. But if you go down and look at like 2 of my original white DualSenses,
They're just disgusting.
no, neither of the analog sticks have anything left on them. One of the
just
sticks,
all dead zone.
No. The rubber's gone.
Oh,
Just wore off of both of them, and one of them, it's actually broken in half.
the stick or the
stick.
controller?
Well, yeah, the stick. This controller is broken in half. But
Wow.
yeah, I'm happy. Now, I really haven't played. I haven't even used it yet because I haven't really needed to play my PS5 here lately.
Make yourself useful. Link.
That's pretty good. Let's see if that stays. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. So, Sean,
Yes.
before we get into... There's no news of the week. If you couldn't tell by the title of the episode, if you're watching this live, you wouldn't know because it doesn't have a title except for 371. We're going to go through all our predictions for the Game Awards here in a little bit. There is no news. We've got a short wrap-up.
No news is good news.
Good album. No. Was it an album or just a song?
I don't know. There's a Newfound Glory song.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that was off of Catalyst.
Oh, Catalyst. That's right. Okay. But before we get into that, Mario and Luigi Brothership. I am now, I think, 45 hours into this thing. I still haven't beaten it.
Yeah.
I still really like this game. I will say I'm ready to beat it now. I am in what I assume is the last dungeon. I don't think I have very much longer to go. There's one thing that happens. So you know how you get the bonus after you get to like level 7 and then 15 and whatever. The last one it shows is 43. So I get that, and it's like, boom, there's no more that it unlocks, but it lets you pick one more with each of the bros. And then it says, oh, rank 43. You've reached max level. And I was like, 43 is the max? That's weird. Okay. So I pick the other thing I want, whatever. I go fight one of the other. I beat the 3 optional bosses. The first one was not hard at all. Those last 2 were very difficult, as I kind of got into a little bit last week. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, because I still see my flag going up, and I'm like, what is it going to do? Like, is this like prestiging in Call of Duty or something? Am I going to start over at level 1? Flag goes all the way up, level 44, plus 7 on HP, plus 2 on bro. I'm like, why did you tell me I wasn't at max level? I maxed out my extra stuff. So maybe I read it wrong.
But still, why even have that end at 43?
I know. But I feel like some games do. Like, I assumed this whole time, and maybe I'll get there. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't think so, because there's not much more I need to do because there's no platinum trophy. So once I beat it, I'm pretty much done with it. I was going to say maybe I'll get to level 50, but I don't think I will now. I was hoping there was more optional bosses, but I looked it up, and it's just those 3 biddies bosses. The that I turned into Goldblum, and I didn't even mean to. I didn't even mean to do that.
Yes.
I still really like the game. I am ready for it to be done. However, this is something I forgot to bring up last week, and I want to know what you think about this. This game is a Mario RPG that has not really 100%, but basically copied Death Stranding. Am I wrong? Your whole point is
you're
reconnecting this world. You're having strands go from the island back to the main island. You're connecting people, like you connect them to the internet in Death Stranding and stuff. As I'm playing it, at one point I was just like, oh my God, I'm playing a cutesy little fun Mario version of Death Stranding.
Is there anybody named Die Hard Man or Hot Cold Man? Or
some of the names in the next one are even dumber. Tar Man is the guy, George Miller, that comes out of the tar, so of course he's Tar Man. It sounds like a Pokemon, Tar Man. But yeah, so I just had to say that. But you were not as hot on it last week. Have you played anything else, or have you played that?
I have not played anything else. I have played a little bit more. I'm liking it more since we last spoke. Well, since we last podcasted. I unlocked the bro attack.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way? I'm pretty sure the answer is no, because I'm 100% sure I've hit every button. If Mario's up, can I not just be like, I'm good, let Luigi go first?
There's no skip, yeah.
Because Mario's got the shell attack where it just hits one person. And I want to use Luigi's that hits everybody.
Right.
But instead I always have to attack with Mario. And then I'm like, there'll be like 4 enemies. I'm like, I wish I could just kill them all at once. Oh, I got to use Mario's attack first. And then I kill one of them. And then I'm like, well, now there's only 3. Is there really even any point in using Luigi's? And then I just fight normal. I just wish I could just say switch. I wish you could switch.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I got the first bro attack
Sometimes
thing.
Luigi does go first. And I haven't found any rhyme or reason to it. It seems like it's about 10% of the time.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
I did beat my first boss, Garumbla or something like that.
Okay.
That was pretty easy. But what I will say, so flat out, I'm liking it more.
Good.
I think you said this last time, but I can see already the one boss fight by far the best part of the game so far. Okay. And I think you said all the boss fights are really fun.
They're really
it's
good.
Just so much more engaging.
You don't just feel like you're just going through the motions to get out of this battle and go to the next thing.
Yeah. So I'm about to go to the first lighthouse, and then Connie just disappears. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So I'm looking at the map. I'm like, oh, I need to go over here because that will connect to that. I'm guessing that's where the lighthouse is. So I'm sitting there waiting for my ship to get over there. And then it goes by. It never says, it never says anything. And all of a sudden I look at the map and I've passed it. I'm like, I thought it was going to give me the option to like go that way. And then I saw when I pause it, it's like, go back to all the other islands and try to find Connie. I'm like, I just sat here for 5 minutes waiting for my ship to make a whole loop around this thing, thinking it would go to this new area, and it didn't. I went to each of the islands. I went to the map to see if it would show
like
where she is.
Yeah, it never does.
So I have no idea where she is. I don't know. I ventured a little bit into each of the islands thinking maybe, hey, if I just take like 10 steps in, it'll trigger a cutscene.
Yeah.
It never happened. I talked to everybody I saw at the very beginning of every island, thinking about it. Oh, Connie? Yeah, I just saw it. Nobody said anything. I'm like, I don't want to walk around every single island trying to find her. So again, I stopped. I still have not really gotten, whether it's life or just the game, I don't think I've ever played this game for more than 45 minutes at a time. It's getting better. It's starting to get to the point where I think I could play it for longer periods of time in one go. But now I'm just like, I don't want to go back to all these islands and try to find this person. So I'll probably end up looking it up next time I go to play. But I think I'm about to go to the first lighthouse. I will say, I don't, unless all of a sudden the game really gets good to where it's like in the game of the year conversation for me, it's too long. I cannot believe I am not even to the end of the first world of 5. 4.5. I mean, like
4.25, but yeah.
So I'm just like, and maybe it picks up. I don't know, but I'm just like,
it picks up for sure.
I feel like, and granted, I've probably only played the game for like 3 to 5 hours, but it feels like 20 because of how many times I've sat down to play it. It's just they never end up being that long of a session. But it feels like I've been playing it forever, and I'm still in basically World 1, and I'm like, it's too long. I'm liking it better, but I think it's too long.
Yeah. I do think once you get out of that first world and stuff starts to open up, is also when you get the... It's not going to be here till next Wednesday. How does UPS even ship something that slowly? How is something shipped today via UPS? Unless it's UPS snail.
Did it
from
ship
America,
or it's just like label created kind of thing?
Your package will be delivered next Wednesday the 4th.
But like, has it moved?
No, this is the first. The whole label created thing was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
This is the replacement mirror for Noah's freaking car. I could have sworn it said it was going to come here in like 2 days. I'm like, no, it's just going to be when UPS gets it here, I guess.
You'll get it when you get it.
It's so annoying.
And you'll like it.
What else can I say that's not spoilery? Have you seen any of the big bad guy? I can't remember. Have you seen the big bad guy yet? His henchmen? They
showed something when I had to go find the one dude's spyglass.
Okay.
It showed a couple like cutscene flashback things, and there were like these 2 creatures that like picked them up and flew away, but you just kind of see their silhouette. I couldn't really tell what they were supposed to be, so I don't know. I'm guessing those are like the henchmen of the big bad or something, but I don't know what's going on in this game. It's like, yeah, everything got separated. You got to reconnect it. But it's like, we got to get to that lighthouse and figure out why this happened and how do we fix. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
So I think after you do beat the lighthouse, that's when you start to get introduced to the big bad.
Is the lighthouse like a dungeon, or is it like just another island? Like, is it, or does it feel almost more like a dungeon and like
it's
an
like
RPG?
a mini dungeon.
Okay.
And it's like almost every world, every island is really its own dungeon, I would say. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the lighthouse, sometimes there's puzzles. Sometimes you have to go like on an elevator to all these different floors and beat the enemies. And it's like, okay, let's go to the top floor now. Why'd we only go up one more floor? Enemies. But yeah, if you get past that, it will definitely pick up for sure.
Okay.
Some of the stories stuff, the twists and turns, I thought it was pretty obvious. I called it from the very beginning. There is the reason that I'm now saying it seems like it's a little long.
The tooth?
Yeah, I said last week long in the tooth. So that's like, is that from saber-tooth tigers? The older they get, the longer their teeth are?
I think it's about anything.
Our teeth don't stop growing?
It's not that your teeth grow, it's that your gums recede, so it makes your teeth look longer.
I have nipples. Can you milk me? I think I said last week that I thought I was almost at the final boss.
The Rock?
Huh?
The Rock?
No. Oh, man. He's got to come back next Saturday. This Saturday. He's coming back Saturday, right? He has to at the end of that. He's going to kill Roman, side with the new bloodline, and then we go from there.
Probably.
I beat what I thought was the final boss, and then it's like, no. And then I thought I was going to fight the real final boss. But no, I just get kicked out of the castle, and they put up another barrier around the thing. And then it's like, you got to go do this fetch quest to get these 6 things, and we're going to be very vague with where we tell you they are. At this point, I was like, I'm 40 hours in. No.
You're saying I am 43 years old. I'm done with this.
I'm too old for this shit. No, I was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. So I went to Google and I typed, where do I go to get these things? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. Still took me like probably an hour or two, just with the stuff you got to do in there and stuff. So that was annoying. But now I'm at the final thing. So I might beat it tonight, I say as I yawn. Probably not, but I still really like it. I think it's a solid 8. As much as it's really gotten to be long in the gums here at the end, I still think it's a really good game. I still don't think it's as good as Thousand Year Door. Yeah, but it's a really good game. I haven't played anything else. I don't know what I'm going to play after this. Like,
I need to get back to Castlevania.
Yeah. I want to play something just so I can use my PS1 DualSense, but I'll figure something out. There's got to be something I haven't played. Or maybe I can go back and catch up on Platinums.
There's something we were just talking about.
The PS5, I waited too long. The PS5 version of not everybody's going to the Rapture. What's the other walking simulator with the bathtub?
Oh, Edith
Finch. I don't know if I can still even play that.
Maybe that's what we were talking about. There was something we were talking about recently. You're like, I should go back.
It was that because no, I was saying I need to play it before it goes off of... Or maybe because I have the original game, maybe I still have the PS5 update for free. I don't know. I don't know if it was just part of the PS Plus whatever thing or not, but yeah. Anything else, Sean?
I got nothing.
Sean? There's no news of the week. It is time for the Game Awards prediction special that we do every year. The Game Awards predictions, I should say. The Oscars, the Game Awards, the Game Awards,
the Keeleys.
I think it's because they call them the TGAs.
Does anybody say that?
Yes.
Are they
dumb?
Sure, we'll say that.
Are they kind of funny? So we're gonna run through everything. I didn't come up with any game predictions or anything like that. I don't even want to do them because every time I just get my hopes up for Keeley and he lets me down. So I didn't even want to do them. The only thing I can really predict is that Death Stranding 2 is going to be there.
It's a safe bet that Hideo will be there.
It's a safe bet we're not going to get the release date for Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Maybe it shadow drops at the event.
Just so you can get the score.
Yes. Along with Silksong.
So we're not doing any... Yeah, Jesus. God. And Mina the Hollower... Frickin'. It's ridiculous. I'm going to... What?
I was trying to figure out what's going on. I guess it's just the sleeve.
Yeah.
Like you have a long sleeve, but then you have a no sleeve.
No, I had to take this... I do the sleeve because this thing gets itchy.
Oh, I just know it. Yeah, you're like all just...
literally...
Nimbly bimbly.
I literally just took it out.
That doesn't... You can just like...
Oh, no, it hurts if I move the wrong way. That hurts.
You want an arm wrestle?
Ah! I want some Resident Evil info, either 9 or the remakes. Here's a question. Thank you, Derek. What do you want info on more? Resident Evil 9 or Code Veronica / what's the other one that they were going to do?
0.
Is it 0 or 1? Yeah. We've talked about this before, but I can never remember. 0 is like an actual prequel.
Yeah.
Okay. It's in a train? How are you going to remake that?
The one thing about 0, I never played it, but the one thing that always
was GameCube, right? I think.
Yeah. Okay. The one thing I know about it that in my mind was enough for me to be like, I don't want to play. There's no item boxes. If you don't have room for this, you just leave it there. And
I would have got.
It probably shows it on the map.
I would have got the point without you dropping your phone.
But like, that's it. So
Does
you can't just pick it up and like, yeah.
Okay.
But if you're at the other side of the map and you're like, ooh, I need that key that I dropped because I didn't have any room.
Why would you drop a key?
Well, I'm just
okay.
Hypothetical. But yeah, there's no item boxes, which I'm like, I don't like that. Even though in reality it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But I don't like that.
I've played RE 2, 3, and 4 remakes, obviously. It's weird, though, because I have never beaten RE 1. However far I got on the original Saturn version, I was bad at video games back then too. I would run out of cassette tapes or whatever to save.
Ink ribbons.
Cassette tapes. I would run out of ink ribbons. The typewriter. I got it. It's all stupid. And I'm so glad that that's not a thing in any of these remakes, that like you have a limited save function. I get that added to the whole survival horror thing, but I never beat it. Did you beat the original on our Saturn, or did you beat it years later?
You leave the house, you go to the guest house. That's where you first start seeing the hunters.
Yeah.
I think like a giant spider and stuff. And then you come back to the house. And then the hunters are all over the house. And I don't think I ever got past that originally. I have since beaten it, but I think I beat the original maybe on like an emulator or something. I don't think I ever beat the GameCube remake. Didn't that come out on PS4? I think they released it. Like I think I have it for some reason.
Not PS4. It might have been I think Resident Evil. Oh, what did come out?
I think it was 4. But I don't think I ever beat that.
Yeah,
I played it a little bit. It's a lot bigger.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I beat the original in some kind of
only the first
emulator.
2 hours of Zero are on a train. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, good.
Okay.
I guess it's just weird for me because now I've beaten 2, 3, and 4. I've never played 5 and 6, but I've never beaten 1.
Well, so to answer the question, I want more info on 9, but like I want it to be good. 7 and 8 are 2 of my top 20 games of all time. Maybe even I don't know. Like 7, not the best game, but unlike anything I've ever played before.
Yes.
8 was just fun. I think it's the only. Oh no, I got the platinum in 4 too. It was the first. No, it was the last. No, never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. I was going to say it was the first platinum I got in Resident Evil, but that's not true because I got 4 first because 8 took me forever because of all the mercenaries stuff. Yeah, I want more info on 9, but I also just want it to be good. I don't want this to 1 and 2, great. 3, not so great.
That's what
4 and 5, awesome. Well, 4 is awesome. Yeah. 5 was pretty good. 6 sucked. So I'm worried that the trilogy is going to not end well.
And I worry about. I want to hear about
the bar is set
more.
So high. I'm like, I don't know how you land this thing. Like,
yeah. Well, and if the rumors that I've seen are true, it seems like they might be going this RE6 route. But I gotta just say this is not the same Capcom as it was back then. So I hope it's not gonna be that. But this is what I read was like Rose plays a part, but not playable or anything like that. And it's really like she's just mentioned, and then you've got Leon and you've got Chris, and it's like they're and I think Claire and Jill and like everybody's coming back. And I'm like, this seems like Resident Evil 6. Like, let's not do that. What is Ethan? That's your name, right? That's the dude's name?
Sean. Yeah.
Your name in the game. I'm like Arthur. Is that his name?
Yes.
I want to know, like, they left off on such a cliffhanger with that post-credit scene, which Capcom then, and they did end up saying, yeah. And it's like, but it's got to be the andromythos, the whatever, the black, the ooze stuff.
The
Mithro something, right?
Mithrosite?
Yeah, that's what I want to say, but like
something like that.
Mithrocytosis. I want a Dino Crisis remake so bad. I've never played Dino Crisis even for a second. It is Resident Evil zombie.
With dinosaurs.
Yeah, but if you played, do you remember?
I feel like I too also
had a pony.
In addition, would want a Dino Crisis remake.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like that's like I wouldn't want to come face to face with a dinosaur, but dinosaurs as a whole aren't scary. Resident Evil, at least the newer ones, are scary. I don't know that if you just have a game that plays like Resident Evil but with dinosaurs instead, I don't think it would be scary. It's Turok. Like, it's not scary. Resident Evil should be... That's not survival horror to me. Even though it's that genre, like, it just doesn't click with me. But I would still... If they announced it, I'd be very excited, and I would almost certainly buy it. But it Something doesn't click with me for that.
It's not meant to be.
Meant to be.
Well, that was good. I didn't expect that. I liked it. One of the things we are also not going to do in this, that is not at all a sentence, but try that again, Kevin. As always, we're not doing every single category because we're not doing any stupid esports crap, any content creators. The 5 content creators, I've never heard of any of these people. I don't know what they do.
We didn't get nominated?
No.
Dang it.
I don't know if they're YouTube. I don't know if they're Twitch. I don't know if they're just Twitter. Like, I don't know what any of these people do or who they are, if they're male, female. I don't know anything about these people, so we're not doing that. In esports, I'll never understand it. So, with that out of the way, predictions time. Sean, we're going to start off with most anticipated game. And I think we answer these. We can say what we would pick if we want to, except for game of the year, even though that might be kind of obvious.
But the official one is our prediction.
The official prediction is what we think is going to win.
When are the awards?
A week from Friday, I think.
Okay.
Like the 7th or whatever that would be. First up, and we're going to try to go in like reverse order. I mean, it's the order it was listed that I found it, which I think it's kind of, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Most anticipated game. The nominees are Death Stranding 2, on the beach.
That's really what it's called? I did not remember that.
I remember, yes.
Is that official?
Yes, and it's stupid. I said that. I was like, that's dumb. Just call it Death Stranding 2. DS2 looked so cool. Just leave that.
DS2 OTB.
That sounds like I lost my train of thought. Some kind of code. It doesn't help anything. Okay. Ghost of Yotai. Grand Theft Auto 6. Metroid Prime 4. Beyond. And Monster Hunter Wilds. I am so not anticipating. I am so sick of it. Oh, that's another prediction. We're going to get another Monster Hunter Wilds trailer here. And it's going to be like 7 minutes long, and I'm going to want to just freaking rip my eyes out. What are your predictions? Predictions. Sure.
What it will be and what it should be and what I want it to be is GTA 6.
Yes, I think we both agree there. Why? Okay. KS. It's GTA 6. Now, I almost personally might be... No, it is GTA 6. Death Stranding 2 is right there for me, though. It really is. Ghost of Yotai, I don't really care. Prime 4, if I get a Switch 2, I'll play it on that. There's no way in hell I'm trying to play that game on the regular Switch. After Brothership is chugging when I play it on my TV, I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing? GTA 6 is both of our answers. Next up, best adaptation. This is something freaking... Oh. Keyboard wasn't working. Now it's working. Okay, that's better. Now I'm done. The nominees are for best adaptation: Metroid Prime 2 remake, early 2025. Ooh,
dang it! I needed that this year.
But I think at that point, though, they got to do 3 also, and they got to do it before Prime 4 comes out.
Well, yeah, like 3 more years until Prime 4. So
they said it's next year.
We've got time.
Best adaptation: the nominees are Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, the TV show, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. What the hell is that? Oh, it's the animated? It's the Tomb Raider animated thing. Yep, I said it as I figured it out. Best adaptation, Sean.
I see what you're doing there. I think my pick is Fallout, but I think it should be Knuckles. Actually, no, screw it. I'll say Knuckles. I'll be different.
What do you mean you see what I'm doing? What am I doing?
You put your cursor there.
Oh, you can see the cursor. Oh, crap. Okay.
I'll say Knuckles, though.
So I'm going Fallout. Sean's going Knuckles. I don't care about Fallout, the games. I do. I think I want. Have you watched Penguin?
No.
Okay. I think I do want to go back and watch this. I've got it saved to my stuff on Prime. I just haven't done it. So we'll see. I think Fallout was a moment in time. And I think it's going to win. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Next up, Sean. Best multiplayer game. Nominees are Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. One of the longest titles ever. That game looks fun as hell. And if I had a PS5 Pro, I might try it out on that. I'm not trying that game on regular PS5. I'm going Helldivers 2.
I am too.
It's what I think will win, and I think it's what should win. However, I am a little bit worried that that Black Ops, with all this omnidirectional movement, I've heard no bad things about Black Ops 6.
I'm trying to just will Helldivers to the win just so Twitter can have a fit about, it's all because it's Sony and everybody hates Xbox and blah, blah, blah. So, like, I'm just trying to will that into existence. So,
Xbox just doesn't make good games. If they made good games, they would win. Now, I got a bone to pick with this next one. Best sports or racing game. The nominees are F1 24, EA FC 24, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, and WWE 2K24. Exactly. College football is not nominated.
Yeah, what?
What the hell? Now, the only thing I can think of is I don't think these are probably just, like, I would have to look at the panel of people that vote on this crap. Bigger rumor, Half-Life 3. Oh, my God. Because Valve has developed a new destruction engine they want to test out. They actually talked about, in this documentary, Half-Life 3 a little bit. Or I don't know if they talk about 3. They talk about episode 3. Never mind. And why it didn't come to be and everything. The only thing I can think of with the best sports racing game is if it's people from outside the U.S., they don't care about college football. They care about F1. They care about soccer/football. They care about the NBA. They care about tennis. And everybody likes WWE. That's the only thing I can think of. It's not just that it's the best-selling football game of all time. It's so friggin' good.
Yeah.
So that just boggles my mind. Also, was there no other nominees? WWE really gets on here? I'm not saying it's not a sport. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not that good. What are we doing?
Yeah.
But Sean, what do you think? Best sports racing game?
My gut tells me EAFC, but I'll go NBA.
I'm going to go EAFC. I don't know why. It's just something that this is the first year without FIFA, right? I think so. First year without the FIFA license. It's soccer, it's football, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to go EAFC 2K24.
How's your fingernail, boo-boo?
Oh, this one?
No.
Which one was it? Yeah. It grew out enough to where I could rip it off without doing much damage. Next up, Sean, something we have a lot of experience with. Best sim or strategy game. The nominees are Frostpunk 2.
That says front punk.
Front punk. Oh, it does. Front punk. Also, somebody drafted Frostpunk 2. I don't remember who or what, but when I heard it, I was
never heard of it.
I was like, this sounds like a first-person shooter. Apparently, it is not. It's the same game. Age of Mythology Retold. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, which Colin would not shut up for a long time. Manor Lords and Unicorn Overlord. I'm just going Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah.
It has to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I think what's it called? The underdog pick, I guess I would say, would be Kunitsugami, just because Colin wouldn't shut up about it. Shut up. But who knows? Best family game is next, Sean. Nominees are Princess Peach Showtime, Astrobot, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. This is just like the Nintendo category. You know, like,
Plus Astrobot.
Why is Echoes of Wisdom a family game? It's a single-player Zelda game where you play Zelda, but it's cute.
I mean, you say the same thing about Astrobot.
But that's at least a kid. That's more. That's.
I pick Astrobot.
You pick Astrobot?
Yeah.
I'm going to be different. No, I can't. No. I was going to say Plucky Squire, but I can't. I can't just go against what I want to pick just so we don't pick the same thing.
I know.
So it's got to be Astrobot. Because I am worried, though, that I could see Plucky Squire winning this because it's new and everything. Are you trying to not see what happens? You're ridiculous. But I worry. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I worry that you're still looking, just not looking. I worry that Astrobot could end up being nominated for, I think it was 7. It's tied with Rebirth for the most noms and not taking home anything. That's what I worry about.
I think it's going to win a few anyway.
Next up, Sean, we have Best Fighting Game. The nominees are Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, Dragon Ball Sparking, 0. There's an exclamation point.
I know.
Okay. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Multiverses?
Didn't they come out like 2
In
years ago?
Tekken 8, it didn't reach like 1.0 or get out of early access until this year. But this game, I know this game was nominated either last year or the year before. Also, how was Tekken 8 out this year? I feel like it came out last year when Street Fighter 6 did. That's just weird. I'm going to go not with a game. I'm going with a collection of games just because this is something nobody ever thought was going to happen. I'm going with the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. And I still haven't bought it. Oh, maybe that's what I'll buy for my DualSense. Not for my... You know.
I'm going to go... Sparking!
0. Oh, that's a good... Actually, that probably is going to win. That thing sold really well. And I've heard people talk that, like... I guess it's no, use this arm. It's a throwback to, like, Dragon Ball games from, like, the PS2 era. Some of the fighting games there where it's like... This game is just like, we're here to have fun. There's no balancing, like Goku versus me is going to be like Goku fighting me. It's not just like we're going to balance stuff so everybody has it. No, it's like, no, if you're Goku, you're going to Kamehameha, whatever it's called. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Kamehameha?
Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
Is Goku... I don't know anything about this.
I don't either.
Is he the guy with the black hair? Or is he the guy with the blonde hair?
No, he's the guy with the blonde hair, but the black hair is Vegeta?
I don't know. Those are the names I know, but I don't know who is who.
All right. Next up, Sean. Best RPG. Dragon's Dogma 2. Everybody get your tears ready to be dried because Shadow the Erdtree is nominated, along with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Refantasio. I hear people say Refantasio. Oh, Jaws back. Yay. Refantasio. Mario. I call it Refantasio.
Refantasio. I know what I'm picking.
I got to go Rebirth.
Yeah. Also, calling Elden Ring an RPG kind of a stretch.
Also, I was trying to think 2 years ago. I mean, I guess I could go back and find it. I was just wondering, like, was it nominated for Best RPG? The full game, was it nominated for Best RPG?
I kind of think it was.
Also, by the way, remember, like I said, everybody that's crying about Shadow of the Erdtree, technically, I guess I kind of do agree with you, whatever, because it's not a game, it's a DLC, whatever, I don't care. But I hope all you had the same energy when The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine was nominated and actually won Best RPG in 2016. Check yourself. You're going to wreck yourself. Next up, Sean. Heavy hitter time. Best action adventure game. We have quite the wide-ranging definition of an action adventure game. The nominees are Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom.
You have a platformer, a Metroidvania, a survival horror, whatever Outlaws
open
is,
world, yeah,
and a Zelda game.
Game. His name is pronounced. I'm not saying that.
You almost did. You're like Ron Burgundy.
Fuck you, San Diego. Yeah, this is weird. This is all apples to oranges. What are you... I can't believe that the Zelda game is this good. Is any part of you wanting to even put that like on a Christmas list? Okay, I just don't want to play it.
I think it will be Astrobot. I think it should be Astrobot. But there's also part of me that kind of wishes it would be Prince of Persia. I'm not saying it deserves it, but I think it should and will be Astro.
I'm going to go with Prince of Persia, and I'm playing on the way that I know some of these people are that vote on this stuff, and the fact that the team got shut down after they made what everybody thought was a fantastic Metroidvania, and it was critically incredibly well received. I think they want to give it some love. I'm going to go with Prince of Persia.
I would have no problem with that.
Best Action Game. The nominees are Black Myth: Wukong, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. I don't think of Helldivers 2 as an action game, but I also don't think I don't know if it's just that I can't picture, like, shooters aren't action games to me. They're shooters, whether it's first person or third person.
What would a second person shooter be?
There's no thing.
There's no thing.
What would a second person video game be? Period. There's first person, third person. Is the second person you?
First person in writing is like, I did this, I did
Right.
that. Third person is like,
is
Sean
The
did that,
Rock.
Sean
Yeah.
did that. Second person, I think, is like, he did this, he did that.
They, them did this.
But I don't know how that would translate to a game.
That didn't help at all. But thank you. Best action game. I'm going to go Stellar Blade.
Logically, I think it should be Black Myth: Wukong, because if it's not even the best action game, why would it be nominated for Game of the
Oh,
Year?
shit. That's right.
But I also feel like in the past that has not necessarily mattered, so I'm
Right.
going to go with Black Ops.
Okay.
Because of how good everybody's saying the campaign is. Like,
I really
Yeah.
think I do. I need to see if I can download that, because Noah bought it. I need to see if I think I can download it on my PS5 and play through it. And I don't think I'll play online at all. Best VR/AR game. The nominees are Arizona Sunshine, the remake, Asgard's Wrath 2. That's the thing that looks like God of War. Batman Arkham Shadow, Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. These are actually some really good games. I wish I could play Arkham Shadow on my stupid $600 paperweight, but I can't. What do you think, Sean?
I'm going to go Asgard's Wrath. Because it just seems unanimously like, it's not just a cool VR game, it's just a really good game. And as much as I keep picking it to be announced as a PSVR 2 game and it doesn't happen, I'm going to
Oh yeah, that's
pick
another
it to win
Oculus
this.
exclusive. That's right. Damn it. I'm gonna go Hellsinger. Best mobile game. I think we can do this pretty quickly. The nominees are AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket Edition. I think. Maybe I didn't finish that. I don't know. Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero. What is up with these names? I'm going Balatro. I assume you're going Balatro.
Same.
Best debut indie game. This I hate because I love Animal Well. Best debut indie game. The nominees are Balatro, Animal Well, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, The Plucky Squire. Shout out to The Plucky Squire getting nominated a couple times.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. It's nominated for Game of the Year, so I feel like it has to be Balatro.
I mean, I just went over this
Right.
on
Myth.
Black Myth. And again, I'm going to go against, I'm going to say Animal Well.
I love it. I feel like it's going to get shut out just because Balatro exists. I think any other year this would easily be Animal Well. That game is so cool. That game is so different to most other games I've ever played. The fact that it's Donkey that published it just is the icing on the cake. I love it. Best indie game. So I guess we're both sticking with our answers here. The nominees are Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50.
Yeah, Animal Well.
Have you heard of UFO 50?
Mm-hmm.
This is a game. I think it's only on Steam. I think it might be coming to Switch. I can't remember. This is a game of 58-bit games that, like, this developer is kind of like making their own NES Classic or Sega Classics edition, whatever, from a fake publisher. And this is like all the games they made in their history.
But they never existed.
No. Outside of this game. And like Justin Davis has talked about it a lot on GameScoop, and he was like, yeah, it's 50 games. Or is it 50 great games? No, but it's like you'll be playing through them, try this, jump in, and then you're like, holy crap, this is an awesome game. And it's like even if you find 2 or 3 games, it pays for itself right there. So That's one of those that I've got my eyes on. I hope that ends up coming to PlayStation, but we shall see. But yeah, I'm going to go Balatro because that's the thing. Next up, best community support. We have Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. That's what one game. I was like, what won Game of the Year last year? I was like, I don't think it was Tears of the Kingdom, even though it should have been. It was freaking Baldur's Gate because it won everything.
That's right.
Tears of the Kingdom got crushed. Best community support. I don't even know what that means.
I'm going to say Final Fantasy 14.
That's what I was going to say.
Because it's been out for like 10 years, so they must have a good community.
I think we say that. I think we answer the same answer every year, and we give that exact answer. Best ongoing game. The nominees are Destiny 2. What?
I see Final Fantasy 14 again.
Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
I feel like Helldivers kind of fell off a cliff. I'm going to say Fortnite just because it won't go away.
I'm going to go Helldivers. I'm going to give it a shot just because it hasn't lasted so long, and maybe it has like a second life. I mean, they're still doing updates to it and stuff, but it definitely seems like, in a way, it kind of reminds me of Pal World. That makes no sense. I know I said that word weird. But it's like Pal World was the biggest thing ever, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Games for Impact. I don't know. Why am I even doing this? Oh, this is fun. Okay. The nominees are Closer the Distance or Closer the Distance. Is it a baseball closer?
I never heard
Or are we
of it.
getting closer? Indica, Neva, which is the game with the big white like wolf with the deer antlers things. Life is Strange Double Exposure. If you make a Life is Strange game, you're going to be nominated for Games for Impact. Hellblade 2 and Tales of Kinzera Zao.
Why Hellblade 2?
Because she's psychotic and she hears voices. So it's like, if you're psychotic, it's okay.
Oh, Hellblade.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking Helldivers. That's what I was like, what have I missed about that game? Okay, Hellblade 2, that makes
You're like,
sense.
wow, Helldivers is a lot deeper than I thought.
The bugs represent the inner
Things.
turmoil of... Okay. Life is Strange. I want it to be Kinzera Zao, but I will say
I'm going to say
Life
it.
is Strange.
But the funny thing to me, the fact that this is even nominated for Games for Impact, doesn't that kind of mean all the stuff Colin was saying was not true? And like this, I don't know. There's something weird about it being nominated. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It was a really good game, so I want that to win, so I'm going to pick it. Innovations in accessibility. I really put this in here just for one funny thing. Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age, The Veilguard, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws. I know Prince of Persia did have a lot of accessibility options. I'm just going to say it's Dragon Age, The Veilguard because
That was my gut.
because they're going to mess with you for 5 minutes. You're going to get lectured about misgendering a pony or whatever. So, yeah.
That's not really accessibility.
I
That
don't
should have
know.
been in Games for Impact.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe it's got really good accessibility settings, but I'm just going with it for that. This has not been a great year in video games, I must say. Colin
No.
says it's been like this phenomenal game. It might be better than last year. I was like, I don't know what you're playing.
I feel like there's been a lot of good games.
There with a couple heavy hitters.
Yeah, but like when we do our game of the year, I'm going to guess everything after like number 3 or, starting with number 3. Probably not a game I'm going to really remember years from now. I don't know.
And I think one of the things that's been lacking this year is really big AAA single-player story-driven games. And what just made me think of that is the best performance nominees are Hannah Tell for Life is Strange, Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I'm going to butcher her name, but Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, and Melina Juergens reprising her role as Senua in Hellblade 2. I guess I thought Silent Hill guy was just like quiet,
Silent?
like a lion, like a link to the past.
like a link, like a link.
This just doesn't seem like a very strong list. Also, I think there should have been. I think Cloud's voice actor should have been nominated. And I can't remember who his name is, what his name is, or who he is. But I'm going to go with my heart on this one. And I'm going to go Brianna White for Aerith.
Our cousin.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yes, from another mother.
I'm going to go Jurgens.
Jurgens. Hold on. Podcasting. She ended up going to my mom's. Mom. Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is what I'm going with. You're going Melina Jurgens. Best audio design. Getting near the end here. The nominees are Astrobot. I gotta say, as much as I love that game, I don't think of the audio design.
No, I'm trying to think of why.
I think of the haptic design, but not the audio. Black Ops 6, which is supposed to be really freaking good. I mean, not just the game, but I'm saying the audio, especially if you use headphones. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I don't really understand that one either. I understand it the next one, but Hellblade 2 and Silent Hill 2.
I feel like what I think it will be is not going to be my pick. I think it will be Black Ops, but I don't want it to be. I'm going to go Silent Hill. I'm going to go with what I feel like it should be, not what I think it will be.
Well,
is what I'm saying.
That's what I was going to go as well. I've heard this as well is one of those things where, and I feel like Hellblade is not going to win because we already have a George.
Yeah.
We've already done this once. It's not that it's not cool.
Did it win before, do you know?
Oh, I assume it did. Yeah. 7 years ago. Silent Hill 2 is supposed to be really friggin' cool when it comes to playing with a headset and everything. Best score in music. Getting ready for the longest road trip of my life. We were driving to Florida on Friday. Oh, my God. And staying for a month. Whoa. The nominees are, for Best Score in Music, Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio, Silent Hill 2, Stellar Blade. Did not think Silent Hill 2 would be in this, but
no,
whatever.
I don't imagine that having a lot of music.
I think what will win, I think what should win, I think what is my pick also, it's Rebirth.
That's what I think should win. I just worry that they're going to be like, we already have a George. This is all old music. You're just doing it again. I think hands down it's the best music. I think it's the best soundtrack of a game. I mean, not necessarily Rebirth, but
Final
the
Fantasy
entire
VII,
original game, best soundtrack ever. So that's what I feel like it should be. Although Astrobot is really... I'm going to give it to Astrobot just for that very reason.
I can hear...
I think maybe they knock Rebirth down a peg because it's all old music.
I worry that Rebirth is going to get knocked down a few pegs in this award season period just because of recency bias. Like it came out February? Or was it April? I feel like we talked about this.
I thought it was like March or April.
Yeah.
No.
Remake was March. I don't know.
I don't think it was April. I think it was February or March.
It should be Rebirth.
I agree it should be.
Best Art Direction. The nominees are Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Metaphor Refantasio, and Neva or Neva or Nava. Navel Gazing. Navel Gazing. What the hell? Who gazes at navels? You're just navel gazing over there. Like what? I'm going Neva Neva. Just because of the big wolf deer dog.
I'm going to go Metaphor.
That was my other choice. Best Narrative. Oh, boy. This is where I'm going to start getting upset, even though, by the way, I should have said this already. Don't get upset. This is all just made up. Nobody cares. The points are real, and it doesn't matter. What is it?
Everything's made up, and the points don't matter.
Best Narrative. The nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Refantasio, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. Does Silent Hill 2 really have that good of a story?
I have no idea.
I don't remember any Resident Evil game getting nominated for Best Narrative. Again, this is what I mean. I feel like this is a weak year overall.
Yeah.
My pick has to win, is my pick, should win, will win, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
This one, it has to be.
Without getting into spoilers, what they did with it, it's like you just had this sense of dread this entire game. And then you get there, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. whoa. And it's like, what the frick is, like,
I like just kind of got chills thinking back to, like, I think I kind of glossed over this game because I played it and I'm like, well, that's my game of the year. And then I just kind of forgot about it for a while. And now that I actually stop and think of just how crazy it all was, like
that last half hour.
Yeah.
With everything that, like, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. It's just, man.
Yeah.
Man. 2 left. These always crack me up because they're the exact same nominees, and I feel like if they don't both win the same thing, it's like, why even have best game direction when you're going to announce it before game of the year? Best game direction, the nominees are the same as game of the year, which is Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio. Actually, no, I'm wrong.
I got my pick.
I'm going Shadow of the Erd Tree here.
Yep. I haven't picked it for anything else. And it's too good to not win, to win nothing. I think it wins that.
Wait, did we do art direction? Oh, yeah, we did. Neva. Game of the year. It is funny that we just call it game of the year. We don't call it best game of the year. You know what I mean? Like, best game direction, best narrative, best art direction.
Yeah, why
best
isn't it game direction of the year?
Because really, it's just
narrative of the year, art direction of the year.
Why? No, what I think is better question is why isn't it best game of the year? Because game of the year really just means what game
of the year
took this year over, whether it was the technically best or not.
Yeah.
The nominees are, I don't remember if I was at it, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio.
I think this is a... I don't know how I want to say it. A get right year. A return to... I think last year, everybody's like, oh, well, obviously it's Tears of the Kingdom. And they're like, whatever the other one was. Baldur's Gate. I think this year, I think it's Rebirth.
I think it's Rebirth as well. I think it's just when you take everything into account, the soundtrack, which is perfect, the story, John Tingley, the story, which is so well done, especially when you're remaking a story that is so beloved, and especially when we all knew what was going to happen in this game. They just did such a fantastic job. I can hear the music now as it's happening. And I can. There's so and they ended it in such a way that there are so many questions. I think back to like the week or like the 2 weeks after I beat that, I was nonstop on YouTube looking for theory videos and stuff, listening to Maximilian Dude be on like 3 or 4 different 4 hour long videos where he's just talking about it nonstop. It's the game of the year. I think it is the best game of the year. Spoiler alert. But I also think if it's just what game, this is the game of the year.
Yeah, and you kind of bring up a funny point. I don't think of game of the year versus best game of the year to be different. But the way you described it, like...
But you know what I mean?
Best game versus like... It's like song of the summer. Like what was like the hot song of the summer? Not the best song that came out in the summer. Just what was the song that defined the summer. The only game even close
is Erd Tree. Which isn't a game.
As far as just kind of taking over the zeitgeist, as it were. And I mean, Astro's not too far behind. But I say it's Rebirth.
I know everybody loves it too. Come on. Balatro shouldn't be nominated. I'm sorry. People, I've heard some people on GameScoop, they're like, if you've played one game of Balatro, you know why it's nominated. I'm like, no, I've played 4 or 5.
I've played like 1 or 2.
I never thought for a second that it should be nominated for Game of the Year. No matter what your definition is. Stop doing that. I'm trying to see what my notification was. It's still... did you see what was happening? It kept going over there. Because it's got the stupid 3 dots, and it's like...
Oh.
No. See? I'm like, I just want to scroll. Metaphor whatever. Black Myth Wukong. Of course, there's so many conspiracy theories like, oh, Jeff's just getting paid by the Chinese to put it in there. I'm like, Jeff doesn't put these games in here. I love Jeff, but I also get super annoyed with him as well. But I'm not going to blame him for something that he has no control over.
No.
Those are our predictions for the Game Awards, circa 2024, the year of our Lord. Now it's time for the wrap-up. Sean, it's a quick one. Troy Baker is confirmed to be in Neil Druckmann's next game at Naughty Dog. Now, they don't say what the game is. They don't say if it's new IP. They don't say if it's third part in an existing IP that was great and then it sucked. And I don't know how it can be great again. Oh, but I mean, are we really going to... It's not Last of Us 3.
If it is, they got some... I mean...
Splaining to do, Lucy.
Yeah.
There's no splaining to do. I mean, it would just be all... I don't even care. It's 4 years old. It would just be flashbacks. I'll say that. It would have to be. But like we already have a George. We did that in the second one. And they were really well done. Probably the best part of that stupid ass game. Fucking game. Hate that game. Hate the Drake. Final Fantasy Rebirth director says that Xbox is quote unquote great. He also says, quote, I want to bring the remake series to as many players out there as possible, end quote. So I don't know what the exclusivity is with this thing, but they've been talking more and more about this. I think it's eventually going to come to Xbox. I think also Square probably doesn't mind them saying this kind of stuff because they're like, well, yeah, we need to recoup. we were disappointed with the sales. Okay, then shut up, first of all. Second of all, put it on Xbox. I don't care. Put it on PC. I want it on everything. I want that, like...
Yeah.
At least we know Part 3 is happening. That what would have been the worst thing ever is if Rebirth was so quote-unquote disappointing that they're like, we're not going to finish it. I would have stormed... It would have been January 6th over there up at Square Enix headquarters because, boy, you are going to finish this.
The first thing that popped into my mind was Christmas Vacation when Cousin Eddie goes and kidnaps Clark's boss. Like, that's what I would do. Like, no. You're going to make this game.
They did also confirm this past week there will be no Rebirth DLC, and they're doing that so they can get Part 3 out sooner.
Totally fine.
Amen. Let's friggin' go. Colin was saying, God almighty, I love Colin, but he is getting more and more on my nerves the older I get. He said when he was talking about this that, like, well, that's fine. We don't need DLC, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, they did do the Yuffie DLC, and they had to do that to, like, otherwise, how are you going to know? And it's like, and then he goes off on one of his things like, oh, yeah, by the way, also, if you didn't play the Yuffie DLC, you don't even know what's going on in Rebirth. I was like, I don't like Yuffie. She annoyed the shit out of me. So when she showed up jumping out of a dolphin's back in the water, I was like, somebody kill this bitch. Sephiroth, kill her. Colin just drives me nuts sometimes. Shocking no one, Bloomberg has reported that Sony is working on a new handheld, and just like Microsoft said, they're saying it's probably still years away. I don't know, man. Black Ops 6 was the biggest ever launch month when it comes to engagement levels. I hate Game Pass so much just because of this crap. Huh?
What does that even mean?
And more people played it, probably. More people talked about it, tweeted about it, Instagrammed it, TikToked it. I don't know. But I'm like, I just hate Game Pass because it's like sales don't mean anything anymore. It's just engagement and player base. Next up, Sea of Stars announced, well, Sabotage announced that Sea of Stars has hit 6 million players. That's awesome. That makes me so happy.
Have you played the DLC at all? The new one?
No, because, well, you've got the prologue stuff that's now, did you?
No.
Oh. You were doing a penguin joke.
No, but I was genuinely curious.
No.
I assumed you hadn't because I feel like
it would be fun to do it in co-op, but also like they did they changed the prologue to where there's actual battles and stuff in there when the kids are younger.
That's right.
And stuff like that. So it might be fun. I definitely, that's a game I will go back and play at some point for sure. This is nuts. Dragon Quest III, the HD 2D remake, is already the best-selling game of the year in Japan in only 1 week on the market, with 826,000 copies sold in Japan alone. They love them some Dragon Quest over in Japan.
That's crazy. Good for them.
Star Wars Outlaws, it was announced in a upcoming patch, is going to get rid of the thing everybody was bitching and moaning about. They're getting rid of most of the instant fail stealth sequences in the game because people were like, this isn't fun. How come if somebody looks at me and I fail the mission, I get game over and have to start over? Okay. It's just weird that you're like, so you're just, it reminds me of Mass Effect 3. People were mad at the ending. They're like, no, okay, we'll change it. And last but not least, last update here. Switch Online got some updates. Really only got 2. Donkey Kong Land 1 and 2 have come to Switch Online for the original Game Boy. Do you know what this is? Mm-hmm. These are. Did you ever play them? Mm-hmm. It's Donkey Kong Country, but it's a land. And it's on Game Boy instead of 16-bit.
Yes.
Instead of Super Nintendo is what I meant to say. I don't know what I meant to say. That's it for this episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. If you're in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving. We hope you have a great time. I guess I'm excited for the Game Awards, but not really. I don't know.
I don't know that I'll watch. I'll probably watch, but not. I'll have it on while I'm doing something else.
Yeah, and it's one of those things also if like Wario tweets like, oh, Death Stranding 2 trailer, I can be like, okay, now tune in. Okay, rewind a little bit. Don't look. Okay, play. Yeah. I don't know. But that's it for this episode. We're going to go eat some turkey. In a couple days. But Sean, till the next time, go ahead and take us out.
Skibbity playing.